Isutsa, a widowed grandmother, had been imprisoned alongside her 37-year-old daughter-in-law, Priscilla Wanjila, after being found guilty of malicious damage to property. She was imprisoned for malicious property damage stemming from a land dispute. Isutsa's ordeal began when a neighbor accused her and her daughter-in-law, Priscilla Wanjila, of destroying napier grass on disputed land in Ishisecheli village. Despite Isutsa's claim of ownership, the court convicted both women. Isutsa's advanced age and inability to pay the 23,000 fine led to her incarceration in November 2024. Her freedom was made possible by well-wishers who came to her aid and paid the fine that had kept her in custody. Isutsa, a widowed grandmother, had been imprisoned alongside a 37-year-old daughter-in-law, Priscilla Wanjila, after being found guilty of malicious damage of property. The two had allegedly destroyed napier grass on a contested plot of land in Ishisecheli village, Eregi, in Kakamega County, which they insisted belonged to Miss Isutsa. A neighbor's complaint led to their arrest, conviction, and sentencing. While Wanjila received 30,000 fine, Isutsa was fined 23,000, a sum she couldn't raise, leading to her incarceration.
Kuna mtu alidai kuna nepia yake ilikatwa kwa boma la Sabina, na wenye walipatikana kwa boma ni mimi na Sabina, na ndio tukashikwa. Nikakuja nikafungwa kifungo cha mwaka mmoja tukiwa na Sabina, na mimi nikatoka na fine, nikatolewa na kwetu nyumbani. Nikakaa kwa miezi 2.5 nikamwacha. Sasa yeye ameshughulikiwa, anatoka ya mama kwenda nyumbani. Sasa yani niko na.
Despite her fragile state and advanced age, Isutsa was held at the Kakamega Women's Prison from November 2024 until April 17, 2025. Her freedom was secured when the African Center for Non-Violence Today, AFRINOV, a Western Kenya-based advocacy group, paid the fine on her behalf.
As thieves or people who have wronged society, they should also embrace them as a good people, because inside here we have very many activities, spiritual activity, welfare activity. There is also schools here. We form people wholesome.
This is part of what we do as our giving back to the society, because Kisumu office covers 4 counties, and that is Kisumu, Siaya, Kakamega, and Vihiga. So this happens in one of our counties.
Her imprisonment has brought to light the direct conditions and lack of specialized care for elderly inmates in Kenya. During her time in prison, Isutsa suffered a dislocated hip, necessitating treatment at Moi Teaching and Referral Hospital in Eldoret. Wanjila was released after 2.5 months when her husband paid her 30,000 fine, but the experience left a significant emotional impact on the family. The African Center for Non-Violence Today, AFRINOV, intervened in Isutsa's case, paying her fine and securing her release on humanitarian grounds. Ms. Mary Shimwenye, a mediator from AFRINOV, reiterates that the organization is committed to seek justice for Isutsa and will investigate the circumstances surrounding the loss of the disputed land.
Hapa kwa sababu alikuwa ameharibu vyakula kwa shamba fulani. Shamba ambalo kutoka mashinani tunaambiwa ilikuwa shamba ya Sabina. Lakini vile ilitoka kwake ikaenda kwa mnunuzi na yeye hakuuza, ni kitu ambayo tungependa tushirikiane na stake agencies kuhakikisha kwamba tumepata ukweli. Because AfriNorth na mambo mawili key in our operations. Peace ni jambo la kwanza, na shamba ni project moja katika AfriNorth ambayo tumeichukulia kimakini sana.
Upon her release, Ms. Ansailet, the deputy officer in charge of Kakamega Women's Prison, praised Isutsa's positive influence on fellow inmates and staff, noting her role as a source of hope and solace through her prayers and demure. Her release was celebrated by activists including Jailo Nyango and other well-wishers. The case has drawn sharp criticism from activists and legal experts who argue that incarcerating elderly, non-threatening individuals is counterproductive.
Zuri muda yote hajatusumbua sana, na today being on 17th, we are taking her back to the society.
Lynette Mwale, an activist, condemns the practice as the violation of the rights of senior citizens, equating it to a form of a slow death sentence. Lawyer Mr. Patrick Mungoma echoes these concerns, pointing out the absence of legal provisions that protect elderly individuals from imprisonment in Kenya. He advocates for legislative reforms that ensure proportional and humane punishments tailored to the unique vulnerabilities of senior citizens. AfriNorth's Ms. Shimwenye emphasizes the urgent need for a more compassionate approach with the justice system, especially when dealing with elderly individuals suffering from chronic illness or diminished capacities. She reveals that Isutsa's hospital bill for a mental implant amounted to 70,000, further burdening her family. AfriNorth has pledged to continue advocating for justice in Isutsa's case and to support her reintegration into society.
Sini huko.